Howdy, everybody, and welcome to the next exciting chapter of Dreams of Infinity. I am Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and magic keeper, and joining me around my virtual table tonight are Ashleyien, Hana, John, Kira, Los, and Tensei. Say hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
They're so great at that. Now, before we begin, we do have a few announcements to get through, starting with the first of our two sponsors for tonight's show, Hero Forge. Hero Forge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. Their easy-to-use design tool lets you build your perfect miniature online using a fully 3D in-depth character creator right in your web browser, which is where we built all the tokens for this evening's game. You can build yours today at HeroForge.com. Our second sponsor for tonight's show is XSplit. XSplit is a high-quality virtual webcam background remover that works with your already existing webcam. Using this program, you can protect your privacy while you work or play remotely by blurring the background, removing it entirely, or even putting your favorite picture as the background instead, which is what I do. You can download the app today at xsplit.com, and if you use the coupon code RANDOM with a capital R, you can get 10% off of your purchase. You can find our referral link in the show description. Last but not least, next Monday at 7 p.m., we're back with another episode of the Fab 5 campaign. The group is in the past and apparently somehow legendary heroes while also accidentally has killed the legendary heroes. It's really complicated, but that's okay. Now you can keep up to date on our schedule and everything we do here on Random Rhapsody by following us on Facebook as Random Rhapsody TV and on Twitter as @random_Rhapsody. And that's going to do us for the announcements. So join us as we return to Loropa City and continue on with the Magi-Knights as they investigate the dreams of infinity. And we're back. Now, by now you should know how we do our recaps. We offer up the Random Rhapsody coin to whoever wants to do it, and they get a free reroll using that coin. If I get the coin by doing the recap, I'm going to screw with the party, and it's going to be hilarious, but nobody wants me to do that, and for good reason. So, who's going to be doing it today?
It would be me.
Okay, well, Salem, tell us what happened last time on Dreams of Infinity.
Starting at a new school is never easy, especially when it's your senior year. I suppose optimism is one of my poorer qualities because I believed that this new start would be something easy. But now I am currently on the top of a building in an unfamiliar city, fighting for my life against strange creatures. Oh, but I suppose proper introduction is in order now that I have a moment. Hi, I'm Salem Blackwood. I'm 17 years old, a senior at Cultists Academy in Loropa City. I'm a Taurus. My blood type is O positive, and I guess I'm the newest Magi-Knight. Earlier today, while walking home from a late night study session, I saved a young girl by pushing her out of the way of an oncoming car. I saved her, but at the cost of my own life. Or so I thought. I was somehow saved by a mysterious cat named the Wanderer. He promised to give me a second chance if I agreed to become a Magi-Knight and fight against these creatures called the Outsiders. Now, I don't like agreeing to terms without reading the fine print, but in a situation like that, I had to agree. After a deal was made, the Wanderer and I went back to my apartment to better discuss my new life. Our chat was cut short when he felt the other Magi-Knights were in a bit of a bind. Using a boost of magic from him, I was able to transform and we booked it to the lumberyard where the others were already engaged in combat. Taking the high road, literally, I jumped to the roof and met with Nova Seeker, while Star Seeker and Soul Seeker stayed on the ground. Cacophony and Sky Seeker eventually joined us in combat on the roof, while the others dealt with the possessed hordes and cult members in the alleyway. The fight had a bit of a rough start, but after a while we started to figure things out and work as a group, and that turned the tide in our favor. Even after Cacophony decided to jump less than gracefully off of the roof. Currently, we are still in combat with the small horde of things on the roof and one cult member remaining in the alleyway. With the group split, the fight continues.
Well done, Salem. There you go. There's the Random Rhapsody coin. Make sure you use it. It only lasts this session. Okay. Well, Magi-Knights. It is very dark on this side of the river, aided in no small part by the thick layer of clouds that's been hanging over the city pretty much the entire day. As Salem said, one of the hordes of spectral wisps is currently on the roof there, and it's currently being held by David's harmonic interference. There's also at least one of the cult members still conscious, kind of towards the back of that pickup truck that they had been loading previously. The speedboat that they had been pulling these crates off of has pulled away from the docks below and is currently speeding away to the west of your location. Now, we're at the top of the turn order, so let's go ahead and take a look at that as I put up some music as well. There we go. So it is the top of the turn order, and as that speedboat is passing away in the night, you hear an extremely loud sound, something that kind of echoes across the river. You hear, well, let's see here. A loud echo of a gun just exploding into the night, flying somewhere in the distance. The next thing you all hear is a loud explosion. There's a bright flare of light coming from the river that you can all see. That speedboat has just exploded in a mountain of fire. While that's going on, that cultist that's in the gray robes here on the pickup truck, he's kind of looking between David, who just, cannonballed onto the hood of the truck, Melody, who's right there next to him, that just took out a few of his companions. He's like looking back and forth, and, cultists aren't stupid. They know what they're doing, and in a situation like this where they're about to be overwhelmed, what's somebody going to do? Well, they're going to run away, obviously. And so they turn and they literally take a giant leap off of the truck towards the river to the north. Now, on that, it's kind of weird to look at on a two-dimensional map, but this area up here where the truck is a raised elevation. That's the street level. Then about 30 feet down is the bay of the river. And there's just a big old concrete embankment there, with a little, and at the bottom there's more concrete above to making a walkway, which you can go down to the docks, which is down there. That's where the boat had previously been. So he's just jumping 30 feet downward. However, Melody, you're right there next to him, as are you, David. So the both of you get attacks of opportunity.
We do. We should probably be able to see the battle map.
Yeah, we can see the battle map on the stream, but it's not in our not in Roll20, not in the game.
We have the city map.
That's because Matt got here late because of traffic, and I forgot to move you to that map, so I apologize.
Oh, everything's fine.
Okay.
But here you go.
Money.
I'm good at this. I'm good at smacking things with a turntable.
Okay, so who jumped off of the truck?
The cultist right here.
Ah, okay.
He's this guy in gray that's been standing on that pickup truck. Melody and David, technically, you're both right there next to him. David, you're more on the top of the hood, but yeah.
Okay. It's a 14 hit.
14 just hits.
Ooh.
I got a 21, so that's
Nice to know what the AC is now that we're down to the last man.
Maximum damage 5.
Nice.
5. Not too bad.
Because you're hitting him with the turntables and not the microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always imagine like you just kind of pick up the turntable and smash him with it.
They're like attached to his fingers, so his fingers are always on the record. You just smack him with the backside of it.
Love it.
And it looks like Melody, you did 6 points of damage for that first attack. Or that's actually no, it is only one attack because it's an attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
So both of you hit one side with the turntable, the other side with the claws, raking across him. He yells out in pain and then jumps.
Does he jump with disadvantage because he just got walloped?
No, that's not exactly how that works.
Oh, bummer.
He is going to jump downward. Now, he is going to have to make a dexterity saving throw, or he's going to fall on his ass. And that's a 5. That's a failure. He is going to take in total another 10 points of damage.
Oh my gosh.
So maybe the wallop did actually affect his ability.
You just, David, you'd be the first one to watch this because you're kind of on the edge there, and you see him just kind of lands on the ground. You hear a snap. You're fairly certain something was broken in that. However, he is still alive. He pushes himself up, and he's like kind of crawling towards the water. However, that cost him most of his movement. He only has 5 more feet of movement. So he gets to right here. He's crawling towards the river itself. Now, David, you, of course, know what that probably means. Or maybe not, Cacophony.
Yeah.
I mean, I know what that means, even though I can't see it. I witnessed it.
But anyway, that's his turn. Katrina, you're up next. Or I should be using the proper name, Skyseeker.
Am I able to jump down onto the truck and then down following that person? From the roof?
Well,
Or too far?
you do have your Magi-Knight abilities here, which I will remind you a little bit that you when you jump and you're just trying to coast, not like while David was trying to do cannonball onto somebody, but coast, you can kind of do a slow hover downward. However, that is also like 30 feet, so, you're on a... How tall is that building you're on? You're on a 50-foot building, I believe. So we need to do a little bit of math as far as how much you can hover down.
how close can I get to this person?
That is indeed the question.
Within 15 feet, come on.
I hope so.
So here's the thing that I don't remember. If you are hovering down and you only have 30 feet of movement, or I think, don't you have 30 feet of movement, Skyseeker?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you have 30 feet of movement and you're going at a downward angle, if you're not touching ground, do you just remain hovering there, or do you drop the rest of the way?
I have no idea how that works. That's why I asked,
Yep.
can I do this?
That's a Kira question now. You're muted.
I believe you hover there. I will check to be sure.
That's what I was remembering too. I just wanted to make sure I was right.
Sorry, I was lagging actually. Is it okay now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I believe it's hovering. I'm gonna check to be sure.
So Katrina, Skyseeker, you could technically hover your way there, and you're just going to end up being above them. Let's see.
How high up?
You would be
Vertical
technically
section.
40 feet in the air, but you could get to right here.
Where? I can't. Next to
You
them?
could, yeah, you could get right next to them and be hovering 40 feet above them in the air if you were to just jump and coast downward.
And there's no way to get somehow within 15 feet of them.
To get 15 feet, I mean, if you choose to drop the rest of the way and take the damage, because there is fall damage.
You also could use your action to move to not attack, just get all the way next to him.
That's
yeah,
also
but I'm
true.
trying to stop this person, but...
Well, you'd at least get an attack of opportunity if they moved again after that.
Not if I'm 40 feet above them.
But if you were to use your action to drop down the rest of the way, she's saying, you wouldn't be able to
Okay.
use your action to hit them, but if they moved away from you from that point, you'd have a attack of opportunity.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
found it. It is that you hover in the air. It just says you can stop yourself at any point in the air after you come down from jumping.
That's what I thought, yeah.
And I think you'd be 10 feet from the ground still, right? Because you have 40 feet up, so you'd still be hovering 10 feet above. But that's close enough for your whip, so you could still get your attack of opportunity.
Okay. So how far can I reach? Where, next to them, or...
Yeah, you could get right next to them right there.
Okay, but I'll be 10 feet up. So technically someone could stand under me.
Okay, I like it.
Scary.
You just jump off the building and go hovering downward, lowering yourself as much as you can. You come to a rest, hovering about 10 feet above them, just looking down at them.
Whip ready.
I hope you're wearing a skort.
Yes.
Well, good news is like he's not looking up, he's looking towards the water. So, there is that. Now, next up, we have these spectral wisps who've literally been frozen there in place. Now, they have to make a strength check to get out. And they haven't been rolling very well.
Isn't... oh, they're the same. I understand now. Wait, aren't those ones in this... At the 20.1, are those the ones that are all dead?
Actually, yes, you're right. They are. Thank you. I was looking at the other ones. So that's those ones.
Yeah, the other ones have a 3.
Oh, I need to prune this up a little bit. I thought I did that already.
Sometimes Roll20 likes to, just bring people back into initiative just cause.
Yeah, just for the fun of it. Oops.
David did ask for more enemies last time, so...
That's true. In that case... Well, in that case, it looks like instead it is Aisha's turn. Aisha, you're down on the ground. You had been surrounded up until recently, but everyone's unconscious around you.
Yeah, I have a 10-foot reach. I'm just thinking where exactly I want to stand. I think I'm gonna dash straight forward. No, not dash. Regular movement.
Okay. So you're jumping off, and are you doing the hover thing as well?
Oh, is that a down?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
So
down.
this area down here is 30 feet lower. Or 20 feet lower. Sorry, I said 20 feet lower than it is up here.
Okay. Let me recalc real quick. I might change the direction I go. I have a number of movement. I think it's 30. I have 35 feet. It's 20, so I can, with the hover ability, you can continue moving your horizontal while also going down, as long as you still have it. Cool. So that means
How does that downward trajectory work, though, as far as your total feet of movement?
We're thinking 3-dimensionally. So if you get to this point and that's 15 feet, you're still up. You're going to have to move the other 15 feet at an angle, or 20 feet at a downward angle to get to that point.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So up, down, up is 5 feet, down is 5 feet, so on and so forth.
Okay.
So yeah, that means I can just hover down with my 35 feet of movement and get onto this bridge.
Yes, you would be able to.
And I'm still
That's 20 feet down. Yep.
provoking of attack opportunity. Or being able to just do an attack. So I'm gonna bring myself over here.
Okay.
And turning on my heels. Oh wait, I don't have to target it in the other one. I am going to swing my sword, which I do by clicking this button. I know how to use Roll20. That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 is definitely going to hit.
Is it that also triggers the push thing?
It would also trigger this. Well, the staggering blow. You have to roll a what on the dice? It should say in the description.
Oh, is it on the? It's on the die itself? Oops.
Yes.
I thought it was a total. Let me go back to the weapon. I was looking for the flooding thing. I really need to add that to my sheet. Soul weapons. Sorry, soul armaments. Staggering blows. Attack roll of 16 or higher. Staggering blows.
Well, you rolled a 16, so yes, that would absolutely be a staggering blow.
Yeah. Cool. So now I'm going to roll the damage first, because maybe that will just knock him unconscious anyway. So just click this. Oh, crap. I apologize. I hit the student unarmed. I was like, that's a weird D4. I thought a D4. There we go. That's the real one.
Well, Starseeker, as this cultist is dragging himself along the walkway towards the river, you swing your mighty sword. Tell us how this looks as you defeat this final cultist.
I imagine like he's reaching forward towards the edge of the water. Maybe even like reaching for the water itself, just to get his hand in there and probably teleport away. And I imagine her like stabbing forward underneath his hand and like getting the blade just literally under his body and flipping him back away.
I like it. And as he slams back onto the concrete, he just lets out one final gasp of pain before dropping unconscious.
Oh, this one did not go as well this time.
The direction of the explosion is to the west of your location, in the middle of the river. Well, I assume that's the end of your turn. So let's now go to Blossom Seeker.
I flare, but everyone knew I flared, but I flare.
Oh, you flare, sure.
All right. So before I move, I'll turn to Nova Seeker and be like, "So, my fine, fiery friend, it looks like it's just you and me. How about we handle this duet up here together and take care of what's left?" And then I will move over to them and just try to bop them. See if I can. My rolls have not been good. Oh. And then... Does 17 hit?
A 17 does hit.
And then 15 damage.
15 points of damage. You go up to that first spectral wisp that's just frozen there in place. It's been struggling to try to get free from that magic. And you just kind of, I don't know, describe it for me. How do you bop this guy out of existence?
Well, it's kind of funny because, with this particular spell that I have on it, it's an enhancement. I kind of envisioned that the hammer almost takes on this magical quality, or this umbrella takes on a magical quality that it looks like that hard, giant mallet. So just hammering it down. So just.
I like it. Your strike rings true right on top of the thing's head, and it just poofs into nothingness. You see a little scintillation of light as the little particles disperse, but it is down. 3 still remain. Is that it for your turn?
That's it. I got no bonus actions, so.
Okay. Cacophony, you're up next.
How far west?
The boat has a very high move speed. It was peeling away in the middle of the river. We're gonna say it's probably about 300 feet away right now.
Okay.
It's just a big ball of fire right now in the middle of the river.
The boat is a big ball of fire.
What's left of the boat is a big ball of fire in the middle of the river.
And what about what isn't left of the boat?
It's on fire currently in the middle of the...
Oh god, I am completely useless in this fight in the little bit of fight that needs to happen right now.
All y'all abandoned us.
Sorry.
I'm not helpful against things immune to magic.
Well, fuck those guys. I'm gonna go take one.
I was never.
think David is gonna turn to everybody that's here and just point back up on the roof and say, "Hey, go help them." And then I want, because Magi-Knight armor is like, tell me if this is a bad idea, because then I won't do it. Because David himself is bad at everything. But if Magi-Knight armor increases like our physical prowess, would swimming out to the explosion be feasible?
Didn't you just like walk hover?
You can't walk hover, no. That would be too far out. You'd eventually end up in the water, but you could do it to a certain extent. I honestly, I don't remember if there's a rules for swim speed in Magi-Knights. I'm going to look, though.
I don't remember either. It's never come up since we're usually in a city.
Yeah.
Athletics.
I mean, I'm just going to use the rules that I know.
I found it. All movement, so moving, climbing, swimming, jumping, and flight all use like the same move pool. You don't have different speeds for different things.
There you go, then. So you could begin swimming out in that direction if you wanted to, using your movement and action. You can at least get 60 feet closer to where you currently are.
Yeah.
Swimming requires 3 times the normal move on land. So we require 15 feet of your move action to move 5 feet. Yeah.
Are y'all looking at different versions of the rules?
I'm looking at
climbing, it's in the next paragraph down. Yeah, climbing or swimming requires 3 times. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. So you could technically swim 10 feet out if you were to get out there, but...
God, that would take so long. No, I'm gonna do it. Y'all finish up this fight. David's gonna go scouting.
Okay.
It still makes sense. Like,
yeah,
we're about to leave combat soon anyway.
Well, David, Cacophony, you could just jump off the truck, hover your way down to the water, and begin swimming in that direction. It is to the west of you. You can see the big ball of fire. It's clear because
I'm good at directions.
Yeah, it's the middle of the night, and so the big ball of fire is pretty easy to see.
Goodness gracious.
To be fair, maybe this is a self-top map. Nothing's a self-top map.
But that's going to be it for your turn. Next up, we finally have the Wisps. I'm going to have them do their strength check. I believe the DC I set for that was 13. Boom. Finally. After, I think, 2 or 3 rounds that they were frozen, they finally break free. They all look understandably pissed that they've been stuck there this entire time, just unable to move or anything. However, I mean, ish. Come on, in Sailor Moon when the shadowy thing makes the mad face. Yeah, that's kind of what you're getting here.
Right.
Unfortunately, that was their action to break free. They are, however, going to swarm around you, Blossom Seeker.
Cool. I love hugs. This is fine.
These spectral wisps just start swirling around you, the long trails of their very indistinct bodies just wrapping about you as they move to encompass you. However, they don't have an action, so can't do much about that. Melody, you're up next.
Alright, I'm going to try to get on the roof.
Okay. You're about 10 feet off the... Well, that's less than that. 5 feet off the ground right now on top of that truck. It's 50 feet. You got to get 45 feet up. So, sounds like a high jump.
Dang it. I'm only 5 feet off because I can move 40 feet. That stinks. Yeah, I spent my whole turn jumping up. And can I move a teeny bit more because I would still have 35 movement left, right?
Yeah,
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 'cause it's
you would.
combining move actions.
If you're combining move action, yeah, you would still have your 35, or the rest of your movement speed.
Okay. Alright, I'll go here.
Okay. I assume you don't have a bonus action?
Oh, I do have a bonus action. Thank you for reminding me. I will
You're
attack
welcome.
with that. I probably missed, right?
Oof, yes, an 11 definitely misses.
Okay.
Did you take? There should be the 2 plus. There should be 13 total.
Yeah, a 13 still misses, though.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about
Oh.
that. Thank you.
I remember.
And these things have a high AC.
Higher
Damian,
than mine.
Nova Seeker, you're up next.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move. Whoopsie do. Make sure I have the correct thing selected. Just gonna move the 10 feet here to this one and swing. Swing down with my sword.
Swing away.
That is going to be a crit.
Nice. Roll that beautiful damage.
So then I click the name in the chat, right?
Yes, you click the name in chat.
The
Alright.
plus. What do I add with the amplify? Is it 2 or 3?
It would be 3.
3?
Yeah.
Because it's.
It's my ma'am.
ma'am. Okay, got it. Add your ma'am. Perfect. Yeah, so that's going to be 18 points of damage.
18 points of damage. That is enough to take out this next one without question.
Fantastic.
So tell us how that looks.
Not to be outdone, and kind of intrigued by this new Magi Knight who's like, what say you we handle these 3 ourselves? I think Damian's gonna kind of flare up, like in both this like confused and slightly aggressive, but also wanting to impress the new guy and be like, remember you're a new guy. He's gonna just flare up so he looks like this giant bonfire and just run up with all his might and bring his sword down with 2 hands, cleaving it, completely in 2.
And as you cleave it in 2, it just seems to rip away from one another. The 2 sides rip away from one another, dissolving into that silvery mist before poofing out of existence. Well, that's the bottom of the turn order, and at the top of the turn order is a guy who's unconscious, so we're going to just get him off of there. Katrina, you are at the bottom of this freaking river right now, and you just watched David go flying overhead into the water and is starting to doggy paddle towards a boat that's on fire.
I
That seems up
I
above.
did make my intentions known.
Yep.
I'm just describing the scene.
Am I able to get back on the roof?
Like I'm
Double
not
movement?
gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Even with double movement, I feel like you'd have a hard time getting all the way up there. It's 20 feet up to this point right here. That's easy for a Magi-Knight to jump up. That just costs your movement speed. And then up to here, same thing, no doubt. But that right there, that's your movement. You got 30 more feet if you use your action to get up to that
I'd have
point.
to use both.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to get all the way up there. You could jump and hover, and then the next turn get up the rest of the way. That's kind of...
They're
You could high
probably
jump.
going to be.
You could high jump. You roll athletics. If you fail, you still get the high jump. You just take a point of exhaustion.
There's that.
And how
Oh.
easy is exhaustion to heal?
There's a lot
mean-
of ways to just casually throughout the day. We have consistently had exhaustion heals that were pointless to us because we've never had any exhaustion yet.
Yeah.
Well, I have a feeling that they're gonna be dead before I get up there anyway. I don't know if there's any point in following David. I'm kind of curious. What else is there? Is there anything else going on? The exploding boat that's somewhere off in this direction.
Yep, there's the
And those
exploding boat
creatures.
there. There's the creatures. If you want to, you could spend your action kind of making a perception check to look around and see what else you can see.
Or restrain the unconscious dudes so that they don't try to get away when they wake up.
I don't know. Can they wake up?
Not well, eventually, but not like within the next hour or so.
No. I'm gonna just try to get back up. I guess I'll take a point of exhaustion if I can make it all the way up.
Well,
Really?
you get to roll a athletics check with a DC. Oh, I moved pages again.
I want to say it was like a 13.
Yeah, it's a pretty low number. High with a hyphen jump. 12. DC 12.
12. That was one off.
No, I got a 23.
Well, yeah, I'd say no problem. You go running up, jumping, pulling yourself up to this point onto the truck, and then just make a huge high jump, reaching out as far as you can. It's taken your movement and your action and everything else to get up there, but you are up there.
And I'll add an exhaustion on my sheet.
No, you don't. You made those saves, so you don't even have to add
I don't have
Yeah,
to
you
add
don't
it?
have to. Yeah, you don't have to add it
Okay.
because you made the save.
Okay. Been a while. Whoops. No. Oh.
Been a while.
All right, Stan.
Okay. So she's on the roof. She's not going to get to do anything because I think that was her whole action.
Yes.
And I don't think she has anything as a bonus action that she can do from there. So that's it.
Oh, very impressive. Just gonna say.
Yeah. Speaking of high jumps, though, what is the actual height of the building?
Of the building is 50 feet.
So it's 50 feet from the ground, and then so it's 70 total. 70 feet high.
Yeah, you had to use... Well, we're using part of her movement to climb up there and all that.
Yeah,
get to half.
well, 70 from me is my point.
Oh, it's from you? Yes.
Yeah.
That's a bit much.
I will still be 10 feet under it, hovering when I do what I'm about to do.
Okay.
Which is, I'm going to try and high jump up there. Hello, sheet. I would like one athletics roll, please.
Nice.
Not
Heck
too bad.
yeah. So I will just move Starseeker to like right next to it, and she's 10 feet down, hovering in the
Yep.
air.
Hovering in the air, just waiting to climb up the next round. Blossom Seeker, you're next.
Alright, well, for lack of much else, I'm gonna bop again. Let's go for this guy right next to me on my left.
And I flared. I know everyone knows, but
Bop.
I flared.
What is the flare +2? So 23?
That's definitely going to hit.
Oh, it's +2 because me and
Ah.
Nova are, and then it's gonna be my ma'am onto your damage.
Sweet.
Yeah, but there's still, I believe, 2 auras.
Okay, so I rolled a 15 plus. Oh shit, that's lots of 4s. Plus, so another 2, another
3.
4?
3.
Other 3.
Another 3.
Oh my
18
god,
damage.
you rolled maximum on 3d4.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
That's the second time.
Great.
That's what he did last time too.
You bopped it again, crushing through this spectral wisp with the sheer force of your umbrella.
Just like Zack Fair. For real, for real.
Exactly. I take whack-a-mole very seriously.
Okay, David, just for funsies, give me an athletics check.
What if I didn't?
Then you're gonna.
15.
Thank you. You're paddling out there. It's choppy water. It also smells. This water is pretty much the main thoroughfare through the city for a lot of transportation goods, and it's very gassy smelling. You can also smell the char from that boat that's quite a ways ahead of you, but you're slowly making progress in that direction. We got one wisp left. They're not really the smartest things in the world. It's gonna do a soul attack, a soul breach attack, at Salem. I need you to make a roll to resist physical. But the DC is ridiculously low.
What do I roll for resist physical?
It's either going to be a strength, a con, or a dex. If you have if you have proficiency in roll to resist physical, you would use that one.
Don't think I do. So I think
You
we're
also
gonna
get +2 from the 2 auras going on right now.
All right. Sweet. So I think we're gonna try then. I think Dex is mine. So nat 20 plus 2 plus another 2, so 24.
24. Easily. You see it coming towards you, leering, trying to grab at you, and you just throw up your umbrella, poof, and block it aside.
Amazing.
How many horseshoes
Melody.
did you swallow?
How many what?
Horseshoes.
2.
Ah, okay,
All
that
right,
makes
I'm
sense.
gonna
Well,
try
Soul
to-
Seeker, you're up next.
All right, I'll get this last horde thing. Ah, come on, Melody. Okay, now my offhand. Is a 14 a hit?
A 14 does not hit,
Oh my
unfortunately.
goodness, Melody.
Wild.
Where is everybody's taking all the good rolls?
Melody, yeah, you've taken a lot of damage this game. Just this night, you're feeling pretty worn down, and while Nova Seeker and Blossom Seeker seem to be just pummeling these things with ease, you just can't connect. That's a bummer. Speaking of Nova Seeker, you're up next.
I'm gonna attack. Swing my sword.
See, that's what I'm saying.
What would that be? +5, so an 18 to a 23, I guess. Yeah.
There's a plus.
No.
I thought it's +2 for the attack, but
Yeah.
then 3 for damage.
Got it. Okay. So yeah, 25. Does a 25 hit?
No, this one just missed. Damn it.
That's gonna be
No
a
wonder I
14
missed.
to damage.
So that was 14 points of damage?
Yeah.
Yes, which is enough to take this last one out. So to close out this combat, Nova
Yeah,
Seeker, tell us how this looks.
I think after swinging the sword down, he's going to be panting a little bit from how much energy he put out, and then, stand up and see Blossom Seeker just take out another one, and then look to his left and see Melody miss twice, and kind of get this, mischievous grin on his face, hey, I got this. And then does a little flourish with his sword, swings it around his back, and then just upside down brings it just gently onto the enemy, while making, while looking at Blossom Seeker going, I got this, and just slowly takes it out, just bit by bit, forcing it into the ground until it's gone.
Love
I
it.
want to roll a deception roll to pretend, or to have Melody pretend she didn't see his attack at all.
I'll allow it.
Fine.
Okay.
Is that against my perception? Do I have to?
Yeah, that would be against. Is there insight?
Let's say, can we insight this?
Yes, there is an insight. It would be against insight for you.
Okay.
No!
What is with my rolls?
I
Okay.
see you over there, Melody. It's okay.
Well,
You
she
can
just
watch.
frowns.
And then he's gonna, similar flourish to like put his sword away and be like, "My job here is done. My hands are clean of this."
I like it. Well, Magi-Knights, you are all standing there, half of you on the roof, half of you trying to get onto the roof, while David is, doggy paddling out towards the burning fireball of what used to be a boat that's slowly starting to sink.
How dare you?
Damian's gonna look over at Melody and ask, what's the scene down there? What's it look like? Like, I noticed you jump up here. Is everything done down there?
Cacophony is trying to swim after the burning boat. But
there's
everybody
no
else
more-
is gone.
There's no more cultists like awake or alive or anything.
No, they're all passed out down there.
So he's gonna make a note, like, these outsiders did not disappear when the cultists were defeated.
No, sorry.
What?
You did you say that they didn't disappear at all?
They didn't seem to be affected by the cultists getting taken out. So
Gotcha.
even if we
Sorry.
defeat the cultists, the outsiders are here to stay. So like he just makes note of that. Like, no matter what, we got to take out the outsiders. Because I assume that's what these are. These are outsiders, right? These wisps that we just defeated? Or were they completely unrelated to everything that went on down there?
Are you kind of saying that out loud to everybody, or are you asking?
Yeah. I'm kind of like making a note to like Melody, like, so wait, you defeated every human that was alive and awake and summoning this shit. And these things were still here, even though whatever was controlling them or whatever brought them in is out, taken out.
One of them did get away on a motorboat. But, I mean, they are still creatures.
Wait.
So I'd imagine if they came through...
One of them got away on a motorboat that went kaboom.
That's what I was about to say. Was it the same motorboat that just exploded?
We think. David's gone to check it out.
Yeah.
Is anybody going with him?
I was going to say, I'll try to swim out after him, but someone should check the bodies for IDs and stuff and try to figure out who we just fought.
That's just another way to say loot then.
Let's loot the bodies, yeah.
I was being a knight of light. Thank you very much.
Hey, we're investigating, okay?
We have to see if they're church people. Are they church people?
Did our Magi-Knight stuff go away, or are we still transformed?
Technically, it fades away after about 3-4 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like immediately when danger's past it goes away. It lingers for a little bit just in case something else happens. You can consciously dismiss it if you want to. If you want to try to maintain it beyond a certain point, some stress involves. But if you want to maintain it for a short period, you're able to do so as well.
I want to make sure I can get off the building without getting injured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be easier with my armor.
Yeah.
What does that mean for David in the middle of the water?
It means
no.
I got 3 minutes to get there and back.
He's gonna have a wet school uniform.
Can I use my sword into the building to like slow fall down, or can I just
I
like
mean,
get
if
down
you
without getting
if you want to be
damaged?
destructive, yeah, if you want to be
I don't.
destructive, you can absolutely do
You
that.
can just
But
slow
remember,
fall.
you can slow fall. You can hover your way
Okay,
down.
cool. Yeah, I'll hover my way down just to get down, and then at that point dismiss the armor.
I
Once we're
do
sure
have a
there's no more
logistics
danger.
question as well. So I read that technically during the investigation phase, Arya can stay out, but it also read that once combat is done, she goes away. So since we're still in investigation phase, I assume, does that mean she still can be out?
So for a little bit, yes, she can. I'll still allow her to be out.
Okay. I was kind of
Like,
wondering about
it's-
that because she reads like she's supposed to be an NPC. Like I'm also supposed to build up social points with her as well.
Which kind of summoning did you take?
With her, I just summoned her as Earth.
No, I mean, there's
Oh,
two types of summoning. Because one of them lets you have your companion out. I can't remember how it goes.
That's when you take both slots in summoning.
Oh, okay. That's right.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, if you only have one spell slot in summoning, it only lasts for a brief period of time.
That makes more sense. Got it.
Yeah,
What did
that's-
you do? You did summoning and what?
Summoning and enhancement, or I
Got it.
think that's what it was. Yeah.
Transformation.
Amplify?
Transformation, yeah.
Cool.
Are there any other boats on the dock?
Not within like the most immediate vicinity. It's also really dark, so you can't see too far out there. But you know that the river is also a source of trade traffic. So there's probably boats out there. There's probably fishing boats or possibly canoes, things like that.
Yeah, but nothing in the immediate area where we are.
Not in the immediate area. No.
Okay. Starsinger's gonna rush out after David as long as her powers will continue.
To like save him and bring him back when
Yeah.
his powers inevitably fade.
Are you able to
Yeah.
follow? Are you able to follow along the dock or follow along next to the water instead of swimming out? At least for a bit.
I mean,
Yeah, there's actually like a walkway down on the river that goes pretty much along the entirety of the city.
she's going to find the straight line to David and use that,
Mhm.
though.
Yeah, that's fair. You can just jump off the building, use that momentum to get yourself out into the middle of the water and just splash down and start swimming after David. You can absolutely do that.
I
going
would
to
like to
jump off
search
the
the
building.
truck now that I'm down here to see if there's like title information, insurance information, just something pointing to the owner of the vehicle.
Yeah,
'Cause it's just like
absolutely.
it's just a pickup truck, right? It's not like a delivery truck.
It is just a pickup truck, just a normal pickup truck. There's a couple boxes in the back. So here's what we're going to do. For those of you who are sticking around to loot the room, if you know Munchkin quotes, go ahead and give me investigation checks. And then you can tell me what it is you're investigating when I get to you. It's probably been about 5-6 minutes of just your group talking. So by this point, Cacophony, you are getting relatively close to that burning boat. It is still on fire, very much so. In fact, there is gas that has been leaking out from the thing as it's been slowly starting to sink, and some of that is beginning to catch fire as well. You got a bit of a ring of fire around it, but you can still see the center piece. And like, since it's a boat, it is partially floating. It's not like the whole thing is about to sink, but you, just from a logical standpoint, you don't know how much time you have before it eventually does.
Okay.
So what are you wanting to do?
David is going to first just what they're looking for is any evidence of either the person that escaped on the boat or any significance that this boat may have had beyond just being a normal speedboat. Like if there's any debris that shouldn't be there. How they're going to do this is first dive under the water, do a quick examination before coming back up on the other side of the ring of fire.
Okay. Now, you do still have your soul crystal. I assume you're making it as bright as possible so you can see.
Yeah. The
So,
way you described it, I'm assuming I do not have a whole ton of vision under the water.
No, you wouldn't, and that's why I was asking. Because it is murky river, it's runs through the middle of a city. Think of like the river is through Chicago. It's not the greatest.
Yeah.
Though I doubt anybody was dumping stockyard waste into this one. Anyway, so what I want from you is an athletics check and a perception check.
Okay, starting off good here. All right, 23
yeah.
athletics, 21 perception.
That's a nat
Okay.
20. That's a nat 20.
You are nearing that ring of fire. You dive downward and start propelling yourself through the water, going underneath that ring and towards the parts that you are starting to see of the boat that are beginning to sink downward. It looks as though the explosion tore this thing up mostly from the back. You don't see a whole lot of evidence of a boat motor or anything like that. There are a few pieces of like some wires that are floating in the water. You can see down where at the very bottom of the river, or at least where you assume, you can't see that far, but you see like this little trail of discoloration, which is telling you probably fuel, and that's what's feeding the fire on the water itself. So whatever's left of the motor for this boat is probably down there at the bottom, and judging based on the fact that you're seeing like wiring and different bits of plastic kind of floating upward, you're guessing that that's what exploded. You can look above and you can see like about 2/3 of the rest of the boat, because if it exploded from the back is the most damaged part, and those pieces are what's beginning to sink right now. You can see that like about the top 2/3 of the boat are still floating towards the top of the water. That's what's on fire. You can see positioned on the boat itself that there are two bodies floating not far from them at the surface of the water. Two bodies. One of them appears to be dressed relatively normally. They've got pants on, they've got a shirt on. They're very burned. You can see that there's some blood pooling around there, misting around there, so you can't get a full extent of what the wounds are. But judging based on the fact that they're dead men floating, you're like, yeah, they're dead. The second one is wearing very, very light gray, or at least you guess that's kind of the color. It's hard to tell in the water, but they're wearing dark robes, cultist robes. They too are floating at the top of the water, equally wounded. This one seems to be burnt up quite a bit, and dead man floating as well. Apart from those things, the other things you can see is there's about 3 big wooden crates. One of them is half submerged and is starting to sink towards the bottom of the river, but it hasn't gotten to that point yet. And there are 2 more that are floating up at the surface of the water. And that's what you can see with your 21 perception.
Okay. You've given me way too many things to carry back.
Life's a bitch, ain't it?
Yeah.
Hi.
It's easy. Just throw the bodies onto the crate, grab the crate, bring them.
Yeah, right.
Easy.
Absolutely.
Easy.
Cool.
You got this. You got that 20.
Strength's your strong suit, right? You got
Straight.
I mean, if they're already dead, you can just leave them there.
In the box.
I
What's in
mean-
the box?
How feasible is that plan to like put a corpse on a box and then float it back?
More difficult than you probably would guess. Have you ever been like on the side of a boat underwater but still pulling yourself up and then try to lift something else? There's a lot of upper body strength involved in that.
I have never
lot.
been in this situation even remotely close to this one.
Okay, then I'll just tell you, I have, and it's full upper body while trying to keep yourself above water. It is extremely difficult.
What if you have a
Okay.
second person?
It's still extremely difficult.
Yeah.
It's a little easier. They'll
'Cause-
lower the DC a little bit,
Yeah,
but
because I'm assuming we're trying to like you have to break surface tension of the water, lifting this thing out,
Mhm.
while you yourself are not standing on anything and have nothing to brace yourself
Mhm.
against.
yes.
Yeah, okay, I can see that's a physics nightmare.
Yes,
Um,
it very much is.
David
There's
is
also
gonna
a ring of fire around it.
gonna
also
grab
like-
the two corpses and just one arm over one arm over the other, and get back.
Yeah, free flotation devices.
Okay.
The
Are
flotation
you-
devices that I have to push under the water.
Yeah, you have to pull these under the water and swim around that ring of fire again
Yeah.
to do this. By this point, Aisha has probably caught up to you. Both of your Magi-Knight forms have faded away by now. This is going to be a very difficult thing to do. However, since there's two of you, you can each take one corpse and work together to try to get them underneath the fire and back to shore. I need athletics checks from the both of you, and I'm just gonna tell you right now, you gotta hit an 18.
Okay. Well, I mean, I got a 75% chance of doing that. No, other way around, 25.
So, really quick.
Nope.
Real quick. I mean, that's not going to help. But what are the consequences of forcing my Magi-Knight's form to stay on again?
lot.
Forcing your Magi-Knight form to stay out will cost you 4 breaks of your crystal.
Never
It's a
mind.
lot. It's a lot.
Never mind.
It's a lot. Now, here's the deal.
Damn. Aisha can do whatever the hell she wants.
That shut him up.
No, not yet. I was getting ready to ask what y'all have, but then I saw it. David, you rolled
I rolled a 10.
a 10. Aisha, you rolled
22. Natural 20.
okay. So here's the deal. David, you did fail. However, you can choose to succeed and bring the body to shore anyway. It is, however, going to give you 2 exhaustion points to do so.
Okay, somebody remind me what happens if I hit 6, because that might be a real bad thing to happen in the middle of the water.
I was going to ask, with my natural 20, can I take those exhaustion points instead?
No,
Okay.
because you got the nat 20, you're succeeding.
I meant like, she grabs the other body, realizes he's struggling, drags
Yeah, remember-
both.
Yeah, it doesn't work quite that way. You're able to succeed and do what you are doing, no problem. And the answer to your question, David, once you get 6 exhaustion points, I believe they transfer over to stress points.
I thought it was
Yeah, I
the
just
So,
other way.
well, it goes back and forth between the 2.
Yeah, and then
So
if you're
if you're
maxed
full of-
up on both, you take trauma.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Then that's fine. Yeah. David's just really goddamn exhausted. Then yeah, I'll take that devil's bargain.
Okay. Absolutely. So, without issue, Aisha grabs one of the corpses and begins pulling them back to shore. By the time you get to shore, Aisha, you hear sirens beginning to ring out through the city. An explosion is going to get the cops called no matter what. And you're hearing quite a few sirens. David, about 5 minutes after Aisha gets back, you get back. And you are exhausted. You are having a hard time keeping float, and in fact, Aisha actually has to come out and help you and get you back the rest of the way to get the body up on
Getting
shore.
back to 5 foot from the 5'2" girl.
From this point on, I'm going to need stealth checks from the both of you. The DC is a little higher because you know you're transporting corpses back to the rest of your group. So give me some stealth checks to see whether or not the cops spot you as they start getting close to the river.
Oh, dude, just leave them at the.
Yeah,
the shore.
that actually was my plan, is to just get them so that they can be found. Like David's whole purpose in getting the corpses was not one of tactics, one of respect. He wants these people to be found. He wants families to know what happened. Like and have it not be just like a missing person's mystery. Like, so
Okay.
getting them
confirm
back
that they're
onto
corpses,
shore was
right?
the goal.
Yeah.
Confirm
Okay.
that they're actually dead.
Well, then, if you're just getting them up to shore to make sure they're dead and to make sure they're found, then the DC becomes lower to stealth away from them.
Yeah.
Can we take a moment to attempt and see if either of them are like, what's it called? Able to be resuscitated?
It would be I suppose that would be,
A medicine
There is a
check?
medicine.
yeah, that would definitely be a medicine check then.
Okay. Then, before stealthing off, that is what she would check. Nope.
Oh,
Had no
sad.
clue.
He's dead, Jim.
That's what I think. I'm gonna stealth away.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Better.
Okay. Stealth checks, please, from the both of you.
God,
Okay.
all these natural
Oh
20s,
my
and I
God.
don't get any.
I've never seen this.
Me neither.
Never seen this.
Wait, didn't you have one earlier? Like,
Yeah.
No, that was a
I've
lie.
never
5 minutes
seen
ago?
it. Like,
When
this
David
game is
gets-
nuts.
When David gets to the shore, Melody will say, "That was pretty risky, David. Don't let your trauma cloud your judgment."
I'm not.
Well, don't swim out into the ocean by yourself again.
River, but same difference.
Oh, river, sorry.
Same difference, really. Okay. By this time that the two of them makes it back to shore and are making it away, the rest of the group has been, looting the room. Damian, you said you were going to be checking out the car,
Yeah,
or
I
the
got a
truck, the pickup
6.
truck. So, unfortunately, you open it up, and other than the keys, which are still in the ignition, you do not find any documents of any sort in the glove compartment. It's almost as if the truck has been purposely cleaned out before its use. Not only is there nothing in the glove compartment, it doesn't even have license plates.
The keys themselves, is it just the truck key, or are there other
Just the
sets of
truck
keys?
key.
All right. Well, then I will leave. Wait, so there's no identifying, like, is there a VIN on the vehicle?
Is there probably?
That's harder to remove.
Yeah, that's much harder to remove, but I'm going to say because you rolled a 6, you
Yeah.
go to look for it, and it's been filed off.
Okay, I've got half a mind to recommend that we take this truck along with my family car, because if it's wiped and like all we have to do is register it, somebody's got a new pickup truck.
That's
As you're saying that, you look and you see that you hear this voice. Oh well, Damian, that would be stealing, and stealing is wrong. You shouldn't steal things. And you look back, and there's the Wanderer flying, just flapping his wings right there above you, above your shoulder.
also you have to have a deed of I forget what it is called for cars, but like a deed of purchase.
Title.
To the title.
Yeah,
You have to have a title to register a vehicle.
I say to the Wanderer, okay, Jiminy Cricket.
Also,
I mean,
He kind of
We know
shrugs
that
a little bit.
we also know that police are on their way and we don't have a license plate. That's a real easy way to get just pulled over.
yeah, that's fair. All right, cool.
We
Well,
should
yeah,
just get out of here.
I have a car. I'm just saying, if any of you want,
Let's get out of here.
yeah.
Well, let's get to everyone else. Salem, what were you investigating?
I was honestly just wanting to kind of group all the cultists and people together, because I didn't hear if somebody else had done that, so I wanted them at least like, these are just normal people that have been used. These are actual evil people. So there's a distinct, like, arrest the people in the robes, you know?
Okay, fair enough. Kat, how about you?
I want to check pockets and stuff to see if they had anything that would identify them.
Okay. And Melody, how about you?
Yeah, I also am searching them, and I'm specifically searching the really strong gray guy, the last one that we took out, and the person next to him.
Absolutely. Okay. So, Salem, you rolled a...
Well, I rolled investigation because I wasn't quite sure what we were doing, but I got an 11 for investigation.
Yes, and that's what I asked you for. And Kat, you...
11.
11 as well. So the two of you kind of look over all the bodies as you're sorting them out. Dudes in robes over here, people in street clothes over on this side. It comes to no surprise to you that none of them have IDs on them. None of them have wallets or things like that, or keys, or really anything. You can't even find pocket lint in their pockets, which is very, very frustrating. The groups of people that were kind of zombie-like look like just regular street people. Their clothes are kind of dirty and dusty and maybe ripped up a little bit. They all kind of look a little gaunt and, well, unconscious, so it's kind of hard to tell, but none of them have anything on them, which is the same thing that happened, at least you would know, Kat, happened the last battle you went up against them. They had nothing on them either.
No sobriety chips in the area?
Yeah, no, nothing like that. You do notice that the two cultists that you look over, they have a lot of tats on their arms. Now, Melody, with your 13, you were investigating the last two cultists. And the one in gray in particular, as you pull back his robes to start looking on him, you kind of are caught off guard because underneath the robes, what he's wearing are chef whites. I don't know if you know what a chef white is, but it's a big white coat. I'm just going to explain to everybody else. It's a big white coat that has double buttons, and you can button it on either side. These ones in particular have short sleeves, and both of their arms, both men, are just covered in tattoos. You're kind of looking at them closer, and all of them have like different types of knives. Like there's a French knife, a meat cleaver, a paring knife. There's like cartoony looking mushrooms. One of them has like an actual cow that's like portioned off and has like the names of the different cuts tattooed on his arm. Others have
stereotype.
like, this is another part of my life that is very, very real. They have different foods or different animals. All of them have knives. Some of them are more cartoony. Others are more like dripping blood or things like that. But all in all, like that combined with the chef coat, you're starting to think that they're all, cooks or chefs.
That's super weird. Okay. I tell the others, or I show them actually.
Yeah, we need to get going. I can fit everybody in my car. It'll be a tight squeeze, but I can't fit you, so let's move that way.
We'll squish.
Now, as you're saying that, the Wanderer speaks up and says, "Oh, now before you all leave, don't forget we need to collect the spectral residue energy from them.
I'm sorry.
Get out your gloom gems.
Oh, right.
Remember, you have your gloom crystal, and you absorb all the spectral energy that's left over on the cultists and the people they possess, and of the creatures that you fought."
While we're doing this, I'm going to say, why didn't the creatures disappear when the cultists were taken out? I thought there was like a link that so the creatures can like be here even if the cultists are taken out, or
a lot of it depends on the type of creature and the ones doing the summoning. There are a lot of different spectral outsiders. Sometimes they're connected to an individual who does the summons, and they like kind of like Salem's familiar. They're there as long as they're concentrating on them, but once the concentration ends, it goes away. Other ones, however, are different. Once they're summoned and have fully taken form on this material plane, they're there and can interact as they wish.
So they just need somebody to open the door for them.
That's correct.
good to know.
Okay, so what we're doing now is our little Gloom Gems mini game. You're fighting. You fought 5 cultists, 2 hordes of mind-controlled people, but they don't really have much spectral energy on them. The 5 cultists, however, do. The 2 sets of spectral wisps actually have much higher. So for the 2 spectral wisps, each one you get to roll a 1d8 at advantage and take the higher of the 2 numbers, and that's the number for that creature. So you got 2 of them. 2 people get to do this, and then there were 5 cultists in total, so I'm going to need 5 d4 rolled, 1 from each of you, or from most of you, I should say.
So do we pick like who gets what?
Yeah.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter who rolls what. It's just giving everyone the opportunity to roll something. So there's a total of 7 dice that are going to be rolled. 5 d4, and then the 2 d8s, which are going to be rolled at advantage.
Okay, I'll roll a d8.
So
at
technically-
advantage. We're taking out a.
Okay?
Yeah, I don't know, since how we want to do this. If Damian and I were up top most of the time, do we want us two to do that, or?
That
Sure.
works for me.
Yeah, that makes
Don't
sense.
care. Whatever.
I rolled a 7. I accidentally did. I should have rolled a d8 twice instead of 2 d8.
I got an 8.
Ah,
Nice.
Melody's cat rolled a 1.
yeah.
So did I.
Oh my god!
This is wild.
Really?
Yikes.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
All ones, really?
Pardon my friend.
Oh,
There's
What
one
in
left?
the actual fuck?
Is there one
It has
left?
karma for all the
Can
20s.
I roll a d4?
So,
like, I know
I
rolled
need
a
one more
d8,
person to roll a
but can
d4.
I
You got
roll?
one more, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do it. I'm rolling the d4 right now.
Not a 1.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
gosh!
I give up.
It's
I love
broken.
it. I love
I'm not
it.
even. I'm not even mad.
Unbelievable.
Like that
I'm
was
Now-
impressed.
Wow.
Now, is anybody proficient in mysticism?
Yes.
I am.
Also, I have 2 questions. So we got 5d4 from the 5 cultists,
Uh-huh.
2 d8s at advantage for the wispy
wisps.
nobodies up on the roof.
Yes.
We got nothing for the 2 hordes.
The 2 hordes, each horde is worth 1 extra gloom gem. So we're going to add 2 to the total.
Okay, and nothing out of the 2 corpses that were out at sea.
No.
Okay, interesting. Yes, I'm
That
proficient in
interesting
mysticism.
was the-
Okay.
Bit
So
heavy-handed.
we have-
Interesting.
It's so it's Melody and David who are proficient in mysticism, correct? So the 2 of you each get to re-roll 1 of your dice and
Okay.
take the higher number because you're proficient in mysticism.
Word to God. Okay. 3.
Please. Ah, I knew it.
Wow.
Amazing.
God.
Incredible. It's amazing.
It's not any worse.
It's incredible.
So many ones.
Roll20 has it out for you tonight.
Yeah. You have the. I'm so sorry. You have some of the worst rolling luck I've ever met in a person.
Well, last
They're like,
combat,
hey.
I rolled really well, but this time I don't know what was going on.
We gave them too many
The game was like-
we gotta give them a bunch of crit ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've had it go
So-
for too long.
So in total, each of you gain 22 gloom gems.
That sucks.
That's less than our first fight.
Yeah, it is.
I don't remember how many we got in our first fight. I forgot.
26.
Oh Jesus.
Oh, wait a minute. No, sorry. 24. 24. Because I didn't add the 2. So 24 in total.
Okay, I have to figure out where this goes.
50 total. GP.
I've been putting in their GP for gloom points.
Ah,
What are we using CP for? I forget.
I have nothing in CP.
I
Oh, okay.
also.
I have.
Oh,
You might be using CP for tallies from work.
Oh yeah, budget tally.
Or no,
That's
club.
right.
Or no, club.
Club.
Your club points.
Oh, that's right.
club points.
That makes
That's what it
sense.
was.
I haven't been to work yet, so I don't have any
Yeah.
budget tally.
I've been to work. I have two money tallies.
So we have 50 GP, right? No.
Yes.
Well, it's up to Matt if he does this, but usually at the beginning of an episode, everybody's supposed to get 3 budget tallies.
Oh.
Oh.
Episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
like
when
an
we
adventure.
first, yeah,
Oh,
the
right.
adventure.
So like we're at the conclusion of episode 2, sort of right now.
That's right. Let me read that, and I'll talk to you about it later.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Well, once you gather up your gloom gems, you all run over and jump into Damian's car and speed away into the night. You can see in your rear view mirror a bunch of flashing lights now down towards the river. They're not chasing you. You can just see them in the distance blinking over the silhouette of the buildings around you. So you're fairly certain that the cops are down there by the river near where the big old fireball is. That's a weird thing that happening. No doubt each of you kind of sit there and mull it over a little bit in the car. But eventually, as you're driving away, the fact that there's a new person in the car probably takes your main focus. So before dropping everybody off for the evening, is there anything you all want to do or talk about?
I'm gonna get far. Oh, go ahead, Aisha. You first.
I just want to establish that she's laying across everyone in the back seats.
Damian's gonna drive a safe distance away, like towards whoever's house is closest. I can't see the map.
Well,
so
if I might suggest, you guys are more than welcome to come to my apartment. It's just me there, so we don't have to worry about being interrupted.
Before that is said, like what I want to do is drive a safe distance enough away, slam on the brakes, turn around, and go, "Who the fuck are you?"
Hi.
Before we go
Very
any
nice.
further, who the hell are you? Like on one hand, thank you, but on the other hand, what?
My, that is quite the greeting. I hope you don't give that to every new person you come across. But it's nice to meet you officially. I am Salem Blackwood. I actually just moved to town, and this was my first official day at school. Hi.
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 Sorry you died on your first day.
It's fine. Not the worst first day I've ever had.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing you at school today.
That's because I was doing a lot of touring. It wasn't like really in classes. They were just kind of like, here's where you'll go for food. Here's where this classroom is. It was really boring. But I did meet some pretty interesting people. A very excited girl that liked to talk about paranormal stuff, particularly. She gave me like 3 flyers. I think she forgot she gave me one and just kept giving them to me. But she's lovely. I do enjoy her. We like her energy.
Yeah, she's great. You apparently also met the Wanderer?
Yeah, we're best friends.
Best friends.
What the hell? And like, what happened to Levi? Like, why are you here? Where, like?
How long have you been a Magi-Knight?
2, 3, an hour.
Oh my god.
You were counting 10, 15 minutes, 20-minute intervals.
Okay, we need to go somewhere to talk about this. Where's your apartment?
It is actually pretty close to the Ambrosia Cafe, so if you know where that's at, I can show you the rest of the way.
Fantastic. And I take off to drop off Salem first. Oh wow, you're really far.
Where is that?
It's right below Cultists Academy itself.
On the way. So the question is, do Aisha and Melody want to get dropped off so they can have good night's sleeps?
I think we should have a conversation.
Okay, well then, screw driving to the apartment. Let's just go to Aisha's house, park there, and talk.
Okay, sure. Whatever works. I mean, we're more than welcome to come over tomorrow after school, if that would be better, so everybody can get a good night's rest.
It's late.
Why don't we just do that? We can sort this out in the morning.
Okay.
Well, afternoon time. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm feeling
like
tired now.
I have enough info from Salem to not be as suspicious. So cool. I'm gonna start dropping everybody off in a route that makes sense.
Hey, Wanderer, how did it happen? How? Why?
Yeah, I mean, you could technically give the TLDR as they're driving
fully
to Aisha's.
Yeah, I'll just kind of give that basically, like, kind of explain what happened. Studying, girl running into the street. I jumped out in front of her or pushed her out of the way of a car, and then froze in like mid-plank formation, which is always fun. And then just, kind of talk about that, give them all of the information that I know.
You met Truck-kun.
I did.
Yeah.
What's the episode number? 5.1 or something like that? Like, if you want more details.
6.5 is the episode where Salem appears.
Yeah, for all the details, watch 6.5.
But just to give a little bit of a recap, the Wanderer basically explains that that Levi's family had an emergency and have to go back to France. Levi did not want the team to be without. He wanted to make sure that you had the full support of enough people to deal with this threat. So he asked the Wanderer to pass along his powers to somebody new. Wanderer searched out somebody, happened upon Salem, who seemed like a good fit, and the rest, as they say, is in episode 6.5.
Nice.
But yeah, the Wanderer, he does come climbing out of somebody's footwell and does explain a little bit. It's unfortunate that Levi had to move on, but these things happen, and we try to move on as we can. So Salem is here to help and support the team, and the Wanderer tells you, make sure that they feel welcome. Kind of get them up to speed on everything that's going on. Also, you should probably get to bed somewhat soon. Like you don't want to.
I guess
You don't want to be out too much later.
I guess we'll have to do the filling in tomorrow.
Yeah, what time is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting close to midnight at this point, so you probably want to get to bed.
Yeah, I'm just gonna drop everybody off in a route that makes sense on the way back to my place.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, once you're all home, does anybody have any last minute things they want to do before going to bed?
The
No,
world's
nothing
fastest
fancy.
email to my manager to say I want to start getting back into it soon.
Okay.
Oh.
You send that email out. You know that they're fairly early risers, so you'll probably get a response in the morning. So, tonight you all get an average sleep. At the end of every sleep phase, a Magi-Knight under average sleep gets the following. They recover HP equal to half your total HP rounded down, plus your Constitution modifier, multiplied by your Magi-Knight level, which is 1. So go ahead, everybody, add that to your hit points.
We get 1 hit point back.
Well, no, it's half of your total hit points. So whatever your total hit points is, half that rounded down, and then add your Constitution modifier to that number and add it to your total hit points. Or your current hit points.
Okay, I think I got it. Oh, I don't think I took any damage that round.
I didn't
Cool.
take any damage.
Okay. Yeah, so those of you who didn't, you're fine. It's just those of you who did, this is what you're...
9.
Second thing.
Out of 12.
9. The second thing you get is everybody recovers their full MP. Third thing, everybody reduces your stress by 3 points. Fourth, you reduce your exhaustion points by 1. Finally, you recover the crystalline fractures equal to 2 plus half your reputation level, which doesn't matter for you all, but it's still 2. So, Aisha, when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you do is you pull out your soul crystal and look at it, and you just see this little line of bright light going across the edge of it, and your crystal is sealed once again and whole.
How's David doing?
Well, that's what I was about to ask. Like, in character, we now know about David's fractures, right?
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah. She's going to, before she even checks her email, get on the communicator and say, "Hey, David, how's your soul crystal looking? How many cracks are still on there? Some of mine
When those-
is sealed."
With the communicators, when they use it, can we all hear it, or is it just specifically the people you intend to communicate with?
I believe it's all.
Yeah, it's everybody.
Cool.
If it's close enough to you, like Tensei could blue ball me right now and be like, nah, David's got his like shoved in a closet somewhere.
All right.
No,
Good
I think
blue
we've
balls?
established that he keeps it on him. It's not blue, it's purple. It's purple. Sort of. It's bad to see in this light.
And David knows what he sees.
I've never heard that. That's amazing.
I don't... What?
My crystal cracked, and I guess the Wanderer did something to make mine better, so I assume yours got better too?
Yeah, it's 6 in the morning. It's the same, I think. There's a lot of cracks.
Okay. Sorry so early. She's an early riser.
I think she might have woke everybody up.
You
No.
hear it.
Probably.
Jesus,
You hear a
Aisha.
soft thud as
It's
David doesn't
silently
turn off the
purring.
communicator before slamming back down.
Yeah, same.
Salem's a bit of an early riser. I've already been up. I've got tea brewing. We're good.
Such a dandy. I love it.
Well, you all do eventually all wake up. So the first thing I'm going to need is I need somebody to roll a D100 to see what the weather's like for today.
I want to be the weather person.
I want
Do it.
melody.
Roll another one.
I'm gonna
Do it.
roll one
Keep it
of
up.
the-
God, I wish. It's a hurricane.
Then school's canceled and I can sleep.
It was pouring rain yesterday.
Roll 20 glitched, and so for a second, it like moved Melody's message down, and I read a 1, I was like, what?
Oh no.
No, that's a 90.
Okay. Well, you all wake up to a day that is a little bit warmer than normal. It is still raining, but the rain has lessened quite a bit. It's only a light drizzle. There's also a little bit of wind, not a lot. And so you get a little bit of that slanted drizzle as you're all getting up and making your way towards school for the day. Now, today is, well, it is Wednesday, the 28th of August, 1996. Another great day to be alive in the United States. All of you would know, at least those of you who are in clubs would know, that today is dance practice, art club, and newspaper club at school. There's also probably a handful of others, but those aren't really relevant to this story, so we don't need to worry about that. But before we get into school for the day, I think this is actually a great place to pause and take a break. So, we will be back in about 10 minutes, folks, and when we return, we're going to get the full day of school in swing. It is an A day, just so our players know. So, look forward to that. We'll see you soon. Howdy everybody, we are back. And when we last left off, our Magi-Knights were heading off to school in a light drizzle, which is never fun. Especially if you're, biking or rollerblading or walking. But hey, them's the breaks. But in the meantime, it is an A day today, and you all probably arrive generally about the same time. Since some of you give each other rides and that sort of thing, or go to school together. So, with that in mind, before the bell begins, is there anything you all want to do or discuss? No?
I think, by this point, actually, I'm pretty sure Salem may have shown up a little bit early. He's in the practice hall right now doing work, so he may not see everyone.
I think Damian, despite being annoyed that he was woken up early, also gets to school a little bit early, just as the high academic achiever that he is. And if he spots Salem, then is definitely going to try to chat him up before the school starts.
Yeah, I don't see why not. You could have been walking in and happened to go by the auditorium to see Salem there. What do you want to say?
Hey man, sorry I came on so strong yesterday. Admittedly, I do not reach out, or I do not, communicate that way when I meet everyone new. But considering the circumstances, I hope you'll forgive my my brash introduction.
Listen, it's totally fine. I mean, you don't have a mother like mine without dealing with people like that, so we're good. Don't even worry about it.
Okay. I mean, welcome to the school. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Nice to meet yours as well. So, yes. I mean, obviously it's a school, but, like, what all do you guys do here? I haven't been to a place quite like this before. It's a little intimidating.
Yeah, real quick, what are your pronouns? I forget.
Oh, he, him.
Tight. I'm they, them, but you can, really call me anything. Anything that makes the people around you most uncomfortable. I always get a kick out of that. I'm on the soccer team. We're a pretty standard high school. Just cute girls, cute boys. It's good times all the way around. I don't know. What are you into?
While you guys are standing there, he's gonna just slowly look back at this giant ass cello that is strapped to his back. Wild parties, American football, anything like that. Death metal, absolutely.
Right. I don't usually get that answer from people who walk around carrying giant musical instruments. But I could see that.
Do you get a lot of people walking around here with giant instruments, or is it just me?
I mean, we're like a typical high school.
I'm kidding, Damian. You're fine.
Fantastic.
As you're saying that,
because this is awkward. Go ahead.
As you're saying that, you just see this dude wearing a tuba, kind of walking down the hallway, just.
Wait, is he playing it as he's walking?
Definitely.
He's
definitely
playing
playing it as he's walking.
But the people that we do get that do that, yeah, they're characters.
I can see that.
Let's meet up for lunch. I want to get to know you better.
Sure. I guess I will see you at the cafeteria if we don't have classes together. We might. I don't know.
Before I leave for school, I want to listen to the radio for news about last night and check the newspaper.
Okay, absolutely. It's not difficult to find news articles about the explosion in the middle of the river. I'm not even going to make you roll for it because it's the first thing every radio and news station is talking about. Most reports are kind of vague. They report that that a boat was discovered that had exploded on the river. Police were at the scene almost immediately. There's some shots of a couple people in body bags being put onto one of those, blanking on the name, the little bed thing in the ambulance.
Gurney?
Yeah, gurney. Thank you. You can see the bodies in the body bags on the gurney being put onto an ambulance. The police, the details that the police released to the media is that 2 bodies were discovered at the scene. Both were deceased upon their arrival. The cause of the explosion is still unknown, but the police are investigating, and then they show a scene of like police divers in one of those inflatable canoes diving off into the water. But that's really all they show because it's early morning news. But then they say that the investigation is ongoing, and we will be reporting more details as they are released.
No mention of the crowd of people.
Yeah, no mention of a crowd of people or anything like that.
No mention of any, like, currently persons of interest that the police are looking for information about.
They don't usually release that stuff at the very beginning of an investigation, no. They do make a mention of, like, if you have any information, please call this number, yada, yada, yada.
Okay. Cool. That means that, if nothing else, there was no captured footage of us.
You.
Aisha's going to head to school and find people and tell this information.
Absolutely. Well, you all arrive, and before long, the bell goes off.
Ding dong, bing bong, everyone.
Where's Ash's token? Oh, no, there it is. Who are we missing? David?
Should all be there.
I want to see 5.
David is playing cookie today.
Probably
What?
just one's on top of the other.
Just sleeping.
But
Yep,
anyway,
he was under me.
That makes sense.
there you go. But you all arrive at school, and it is an A day today. So let's see what our first classes of the day. Looks like our first period of the day is language arts. But before we get into that, Melody, you arrive at school as you always do. You take off your rollerblades, you go to your locker to get at whatever you need, maybe put away your wet jacket. But when you open up your locker, there's something inside it that's not normally there. You have, like, your books that in there, and maybe a few whatever mirror or stickers or something on there. But right on top of all your other books, sitting propped up at an angle, so it's like right at eye level, it's impossible to miss, is a small book. Brown leather cover, not too thick, it's only about this thin, just propped there.
I take it out and look at it.
No doubt you do. What you see is, well, this. You open up the book, and, well, the first thing you notice is that written on the very first blank page in the journal is handwritten letters in cursive in blue ink. And it says, "Shame you sent your lackeys instead. Come yourself next time. J." The next page... Go ahead.
Sorry. Go. Oh, I knew I should have gone to the bookstore. I wanted to. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
The next page you see typed out in very neat print, almost like as though it's a typewriter print. "A Meeting on the Other Side" by Sirius Lee. Below that is a date, April to August 1922. You kind of open up the pages and look through it, and there's it's basically the next page just starts as text, with a date above it, beginning in the beginning of April, kind of going on in just very neat flowing typed script. There's no table of contents. There's no index, or even chapter headings. Just kind of at a glance, it seems to be a sort of expensively leather-bound journal or a memoir rather than an actual book. But as you get to the very back, at the very last page on the cover, there are 2 red dots, fingerprints, you realize. Or at least partial. Just the tip of the fingers in a dark red substance that you're fairly certain is not ink.
Do they look like bigger fingers, smaller fingers, kind of medium?
Bigger than yours, for sure.
Okay.
And it's almost like index and middle finger, index and middle finger pushed down onto the page.
And you said that's in the back of it?
Yeah, the very last page.
Okay, I guess she's not transformed. Never mind. Okay, I'll just put the book in my backpack for now.
Okay. Well, after doing that, all of you start heading to your first class of the day. And like I said, your first class of the day is Language Arts. So it looks like I'm going to need everybody to roll me an academic arts check.
It's fine.
Just saw what Starseeker said.
Birthday
yesterday.
jitters. Can't focus.
You died-
A lot's
You
happened.
also died yesterday. You literally died yesterday.
Exactly. My brain is okay, this is
Oh,
Edgar
thank
Allan
you.
Poe. Now I'm gonna focus on death for a while and not think on anything else.
Okay, so we're going to go around the table, starting with Aisha. What did you roll?
Exhaustion only affects physical stats, right?
Correct.
Awesome. Then I rolled a 17 total.
17. That is a success. Damian.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. Very nice. That is 2 successes. David.
13.
13. A success. Melody.
23.
23. Also a success. Salem.
I rolled a 4.
That is a failure. Katrina.
24.
24. Success. Not bad for the first class of the day. Everyone's feeling fairly decent, other than Salem, who probably has a lot on their mind right now. You're muted.
Oh yeah, just a little bit. It was an intense day, you know.
I get it. But you know, you got plenty of the rest of the day, so no
Yeah.
worries. Now, second period is your elective class. That's when you get to roll whatever skill you want, and you tell me what that class is. That's your class. So, everyone think about that for a moment. I know you've all said before what class you take is your elective. But then, everyone, once you decide what skill makes sense, go ahead and roll.
I forget if we already determined what our elective was.
I think we did.
Yeah, it was
Probably.
part of her decision.
If only you had a character sheet to write these things down on.
I just
It might be in the spell section of your character. Wait, not the spell section. I'm Paula. It's the bio section of your character sheet.
It doesn't. The only thing that that was written for me when this sheet was created is grade 12.
Oh,
Well,
No, I put it in there.
David-
I put in electives, fine arts, language.
You can join me in orchestra. I don't know if you play anything.
Well, I remember what David's is because it was the same thing from the previous Magi-Knight, which was like musical theory.
Oh, is it the same as last? Okay, yeah. Then
If you have,
I remember
the
what I did
PDF
last
sheet, it's
time.
on the 4th page.
You can put it on the 4th page if you're using the PDF.
Yeah, that's where mine's written.
yeah.
Same. Phew.
Yeah, mine's in the PDF.
Totally
I
fine.
accidentally made my PDF not editable, and I need to refill the PDF version.
Oops.
Whoops.
While that's being figured out, though, I have programming, and I think, like, obviously STEM is the obvious one. However, as a former programmer, I would like to argue that the skill of keeping information in track, tracking variables, planning, and coordinating could let me roll leadership.
I'll allow it.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Let's dance. Would that be athletics or coordination?
Either or, honestly.
Coordination is usually more for your hands, so it'd be athletics more likely.
Thank you, Roll20, for making that entire thing pointless.
No, we're re-rolling. I'm using my token. I am re-rolling. I cannot have 2 failures. I gotta admit.
Oh,
There you go. There's that coin.
No!
Wow. That
happened
is
to me
vicious.
before.
You know how we
That
talked
really
about
unfortunate, yeah.
our luck deciding to swap places? I think it's come to fruition.
Yes. Let's go ahead and start with Damian this time. Would you roll?
I rolled an 8.
Failure. David.
14.
Success. Melody.
22.
Success. Salem.
7.
Failure. Cap.
20.
Success. Aisha.
Also 7.
Failure. Ouch. Those elective classes tend to be pretty difficult here at Coltrast Academy. Those private schools, they don't let up, and by the end of it, all of you are just kind of feeling a little worn down. But unfortunately, there's still one more class before lunch, and that class is mathematics. So, I'm going to need everybody to roll me a STEM check.
Oh my god, Salem.
It's so fitting. It just makes sense.
So rough.
Have you used your Bondi yet?
I did.
Now, I
Wait,
will
Bondi?
remind all of you that you do have a D4 because from your what's it called? The
Yeah. Card of Fate.
your card of fate. Thank you. So everyone has at least one NPC that's attached to them that gives you some sense of inspiration, some sense of hope, and that allows you to once a day roll a D4 and add that to your score.
Oh, for real?
We'll try
Yes.
it. We'll do it.
Oh, I totally would have done that on the last one. Too late?
I don't know if it would be enough to be a success.
It would for me if I rolled 3 or higher. It's because 1 through 10 is the failure, right? And then 11 through 20 is a success?
You don't really know the DC, but that's the basic
Oh.
idea.
Okay.
John, did you actually roll? Because it's not showing the little dice thing.
I see it.
Yeah,
Rolled
it
it
is.
before, you got a one.
It's a 1. Oh, this game is after me. We rolled a 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I used
I'll
mine.
hold off on rolling my d4 this time.
Wait, no, John.
But
Roll again because you put a space in between 1 and a d4.
Yeah, so it just makes it a 1.
Yeah, that's what
So
I thought.
it rolled a 1.
I know how to type.
There's
Okay,
also
I'll
a
take
little
that.
dice icon.
There we go.
Yeah, that's
There's
what
a
I was
dice icon
talking
on the
about.
left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, going around the table, we're going to start with David this time. David, what did you roll?
20.
20. Success. Melody.
14.
Success. Salem.
10.
Failure. Katrina.
I rolled my d4. It was a 12.
12. Success. Aisha.
10.
Failure. Okay. So now that is the end of the A block, I need everybody to tally up their successes or failures. Remember, a failure cancels out a success, so on and so forth. So,
Wait, did you ask me what I rolled? And I just spaced?
oh, did I not? I thought I did. Go ahead. Maybe I did.
I mean, I just rolled an 11. I just don't know if that's a failure or not.
An 11 is exactly a success. So 11 is the DC for the day.
It changes?
Yes, it does. It fluctuates. There are different circumstances that determine what the DC of the day is.
Noted.
But anyway, so like I said, tally up your successes and failures. We're going to go to Melody to start off. Successes and failures.
3 successes.
3 successes. That's very nice. So, you're having at least a fairly decent day today. You have a bright future ahead of you. The more you think about it, the more you realize your future has a lot of potential. So you get to remove 2 stress points if you had any. Salem.
I'm going to do the opposite with 3 failures.
Oh, 3 failures.
Yeah.
Why is school so hard? You failed so miserably that you feel physically ill. You are going to gain 2 stress points and an exhaustion point. That's where these failures begin to add up. So go ahead and add that to your character sheet as we move on to Katrina.
3 successes.
3 successes, so you've got a bright future ahead of you. You get to remove 2 stress points if you have it. Aisha.
That's 1 success, 1 failure, -1.
1 success and a 1 failure equals a 0.
Oh yeah, and then I was doing math real quick. I forgot it as soon as you asked. Like my brain went
okay.
blank.
Okay, so it's just a -1?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, there's always tomorrow. At the end of your A block, you're feeling a little bit stressed out. You're gaining 1 stress point.
Okay.
Damian.
Okay, help me wrap my head around this. So I got 3 successes and 1
Mhm.
failure. So that amounts to 2
Net
successes?
2. So that would be net 2. Yeah. Okay.
How did you-
What?
How do you have 3 successes and 1 failure
Nat
I
20.
got a
on only
crit.
3 classes? Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, like I was saying, 3 successes, 1 failure equals up to a 2. So you're naturally talented. You're finally starting to figure things out, and you can remove 1 stress point. David.
3 successes.
3 successes. Bright future ahead of you. You get to remove 2 stress points. Okay. That's it. We are done with the first block of school, and you all finally hear that bell ring telling you that it is lunchtime.
Ding dong, bing bong.
You all gather up together and head to lunch. And I'm going to go and show you what the lunch looks like. So during lunch, you can do a few things. You can relax and eat with friends. You can cram last minute or you can do a last minute cram session. I said that really weird. You can do a last minute cram session. You can listen to gossip and see what's going on and what the rumors are at school. You can drink copious amounts of caffeine. Or you can take a power nap. Now, taking a power nap is helpful because it allows you to remove 2 stress points. But as you all make your way into lunch, you can see it already fairly full. The crowds are all there, but there are a few tables out there, and there's people milling about. You, of course, see the ghost hunting club all milled about one table, heads down, kind of talking amongst themselves. You can see the student body president making her way around, talking to people. But there are a few tables that are open. So my question to you all is, what do you want to do during your lunch period?
Point of order.
Yeah.
Are we still wanting to infiltrate the newspaper club after school today?
I thought we talked about like Melody or Kat joining the newspaper club for the purpose of meeting up with James, but when you say infiltrate,
I think it was Aisha and Melody. Kat's not a fan of.
Yeah.
Kat has dance.
right? Kat and Melody also joined the Ghost Hunter Club. I forgot about that. So yeah, it would be Aisha joining the newspaper club.
Melody didn't actually join it. She just went for one time. I'm not
Got
sure if she'll keep going yet. But for the newspaper club, she could join because I only had her signed up for a club because Levi wanted to have them at their clubs at the same time. So really, I can switch it.
What club did you sign up for?
She was originally in the art club, but I think she could switch it.
I mean, whatever. Whatever y'all actually want to do.
Yeah, I think she would join the newspaper club.
Getting good with James running.
Well, trying to
Somebody
figure
has
out what's going on with him.
Okay, so if Melody's gonna take point on that, I think Aisha is going to try and offer to buy Yuna a lunch as apology and hang out with a friend.
Okay. Hanging out with friends, going over to try to make things up a little bit with you. I like it.
This is for lunch, right?
Yeah, this is for lunch. Yeah, and lunch, as you all know, is that 30-minute period to interact with people and do whatever. So, like I said, you can relax and eat with friends, which is what Aisha's doing. Last-minute cram session, listen to gossip, drink copious amounts of caffeine, or take a power nap. So I'm going to go around the table. Aisha already said what she's going to do. Kat, how about you?
Can I meet the new guy? Hang around, talk to the new guy, or is the new guy doing a power nap or something?
Well, let's ask the new guy.
He's gonna power nap, but he's not gonna tell you he's gonna power nap. He's just being like, I feel fantastic. I'm just feeling really in tune to nature right now, so I want to go for a walk. When in all actuality, he's going to go into the music room, find one of the study rooms, and crash.
Word.
Okay.
Well,
fair
if she
enough.
can't talk to the new guy, she's going to see about. I guess what's the other one? The gossip. Yes, the gossip. Find out if there's anything going on.
Absolutely. Well, we know what Kat and Salem are doing. Melody, how about you?
I think Melody would probably go talk to James to ask him about the book.
Okay, so that's going to be listening to gossip as well. David, how about you?
David is gonna plead with the GM. Because why doesn't take a power nap remove exhaustion?
That's something I've always kind of wondered myself, but it doesn't.
Okay, but what if it did?
What if it did? It would be so lovely, wouldn't it? Like, it would just be the most amazing thing in the world. But anyway, what are you doing for your lunch period?
God damn it. Okay,
There's a
fine. I'm
reason for it.
gonna cram for PE, I guess. and then go to sleep for the 6 days it takes to get rid of this exhaustion.
It's supposed to be difficult. That's why we didn't allow it to be removed.
Yep. I approve of this 100%.
But I spend all 6 of it every fight.
Yeah, that's the point. And so you don't abuse it.
Yep. Yep, that's exactly right. But okay, you're gonna go take the. You're gonna go do a last minute cram session. I like it.
Yeah.
Dame, how about you?
I am gonna look up Lacey Beckford and see if she's down to have some lunch and relax and eat with friends.
Okay, absolutely. Lacey is
And if
actually
she's not. Oh, go ahead.
Lacey is actually out and about today. You can find her at lunch, and she's a little bit surprised, but she says, "Yeah, I can have lunch with you today, Dame, if you really want to."
Fantastic.
Okay, so that's going to be relaxing and eating with friends. So, oh God, who do we want to start things off with? I think we'll start just going around, continuing around the table as we said. Aisha, you see Yuna in the lunch line. She's kind of chatting with a couple of her friends. She sees you approach, and she gives you a little smile. Says, "Oh, hi, Aisha. How's it going?"
Hi, how are you? I'm good. I wanted to maybe buy you some lunch as apology for the other day. Yesterday.
Make a persuasion check.
I am okay at those. Unfortunately, I do not still have my inspiration. Otherwise, I would have used my charming student thing. Where is persuasion? There it is. Oh, why am I not on Roll20? Why am I not in the chat?
It popped up for me.
Total.
See it?
No, I was on the wrong tab, I meant.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, 12. She says, "Oh, you don't have to do that. It's really okay. But I guess if you really want to, you want to come join us for lunch?"
Yeah, 100%. It'd be nice to talk to some other people instead of... And looks across the cafeteria, stares a dagger at Damian, and then looks back and smiles at Yuna.
Who's completely oblivious, just, having a great old time with Lacey Beckford.
Yeah, absolutely. But you are able to go and hang out with Yuna and her 2 friends and have a bit of lunch. So, when you relax and eat with friends, you can remove 1 stress point and gain 1 social point with an NPC or Magi-Knight. In this instance, it would obviously be Yuna. If you have no stress points, you gain an additional social point.
I
So do you have
do have a stress point that I just got, and it's gone now.
Well, it's gone now at least, and you get to add
Yeah.
one social point in with Yuna. You both
Yeah.
have a pleasant conversation, talking about the school and guys and just what's going on, and they talk a little bit about the weird explosion that happened at the river last night, and that they heard about in the morning when they got up. But their talk is more very generalized and just like, yeah, that's a thing that happened. Isn't that weird? That sort of thing.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. It was like, yeah, it was all over. I could not find that Macarena song on the radio this morning. Because the number one song on the radio in the U.S. right now on August 28th, 1996 is Macarena Bayside Mix.
Absolutely. Okay. Kat, you said you wanted to go walk around and look for some gossip. Is there anything in particular, anyone in particular you're looking to talk to, or are you just more like just kind of casting a net out and seeing what you see?
Pretty much just casting a net out. There's nothing specific that I know of to look for, so.
Yeah, absolutely. So go ahead, just give me a perception check.
10.
So you kind of just make your way around the lunch area a little bit, trying to listen in. Two things pique your interest, and you can choose between the two of them. One of them, at one table, there's a couple boys that are discussing rumors about Dean Vulcan. That sounds interesting. Also, there's another, at a different table, two other students are talking about somebody who's apparently a relative that's comatose. And that seems kind of interesting.
I think I'll see about the relative.
Okay.
If I can listen in on that one. Wondering if they're related to what happened last night.
So you sit down in a chair nearby and just start listening in a little bit. The two students are well, actually, give me a hey, I remember you roll, just to see if you recognize these two.
That's a percentage?
Yep, it's just a D100.
78.
You actually do recognize these two students. It's Rob Chi and Chris Turner. Rob is a football player, and Chris is in the in the band. The two of them are talking about Rob's uncle, Mikey, who is apparently comatose at La Ropa General. According to Rob's parents, you discover that his uncle was at work over at the lumber yard when a strange explosion apparently threw him against a wall and banged up his head. Rob tells Chris that apparently the security tapes around the property, because they have security cameras up, showed 4 teenagers sneaking onto the property in the late afternoon, but it doesn't show them leaving. Apparently, Rob went to visit his uncle with his mom, and his uncle was completely unresponsive. And he kept whispering something, and when Chris is like, dude, what was he saying? Rob leans close and whispers something. I want you to make another perception check to see if you can catch what it is he said. You're aiming for a 12.
Where is my perception? 17.
17. You hear Rob say, he kept saying, gotta save them. Gotta save them. I don't know what he meant. was he talking about the kids on the property? Was he talking about my cousins, his kids? I don't know. It was so weird. The conversation kind of trails off from there. He talks about his mom being worried for his uncle and that sort of thing, and Chris kind of talks a little bit about how weird that is. You know, just the basic back and forth from there.
What was the uncle's name?
The uncle's name was Mikey. Mikey Chi. And Chi in this instance is spelled Qi. So that's what you find in your time. Salem, you went and you found that nice quiet corner back in the band room. And you're able to pass out for a little bit, at least enough to get that pounding in your head out. Whatever. Either way, it's not peaceful enough to really recuperate much, but you at least are able to get a little bit of a nap in, and when you open your eyes again, you're feeling a little less stressed than you were. So you can remove 2 stress points.
Awesome.
Okay. Melody, you said you were specifically looking for James Road.
Yes.
So, perception or investigation?
Okay. Oh, they're the same, darn it. Alright, I'll do perception. Ah, darn. I got an 8.
You head outside and check the tree that he's normally sitting under. It's still raining outside, and there's really nobody around, and it doesn't surprise you much that he's not there. You go back inside and think, like, where could a dude like James go when he's not out underneath this tree? You check the library. You check the room that you know is the newspaper club's room. Nobody in either of them. Unfortunately, he doesn't seem to be around the lunch area or anything.
Okay.
As you're making your way back in, you do hear that a couple of students are talking about the explosion that happened last night. So you kind of hang back for a moment and try to listen in. Give me a stealth check.
Okay. Ah, 10.
10. You kind of creep close, and you're kind of up against the wall, listening. They're around the corner, and you hear them saying that they heard their dad and mom talking about the explosion at breakfast, and the dad was saying something about how he's fairly certain that the explosion was mob-related activity. When you hear that, you got kind of like, what? You can't help yourself. And they both stop talking, and their heads go around the corner, and they see you there, and they're like, hey, what are you doing? Listening in on our conversation?
Oh, I couldn't help it. You guys sounded like idiots.
What? Fuck you. They just both turn and walk away.
It was actually really hard for me to say that. That's totally out of character for me.
Well done. I approve.
Thank you.
David, you do whatever it is you do to cram for gym. I don't know if you
I don't know what that means either.
Yeah, I don't know if you like
There
just
is
eat like power bars or something, but whatever. You somehow cram for gym.
You read your trade book and figure out angles.
Maybe stretch a little bit, get limbered up, you know?
Oh yeah, that's
Do
a good
some
idea.
yoga.
Yeah.
I mean, I could stretch, but gym is also the last class of the day, so I'm stretching like 3 hours in advance.
Gotcha.
Oh
Also, you're
no.
reading your
You
trigonometry
should go
book.
talk to the gym teacher and be like, what are we playing today?
I hope it's like fully like in the middle
the
of
game.
like the lunchroom too, like between other desks, just like leaves where everybody's supposed to walk in the middle, just doing like downward dog.
Whatever it is you do that thing, and you cram for gym. Damian, you go and have lunch with Lacey, and you kind of chat a little bit and have a fairly good, if not, relaxed and chill lunch. You are able to gain a social point with her. Do you have any stress points?
Nope.
Cool. You gain 2 friend points with Lacey.
Yes, I do.
So you can add both of those. Do you talk about anything in particular while you're together, or do you just kind of chit-chat?
I think I want to gather as much info as I can about like people that she knows from like previous episodes, right? Like different like just get more about her background, right? And speak to her in such a way that maybe causes her to open up a little bit more, if possible.
How many friendship points do you have with her right now?
With the 2 that I just gained, I have 4.
You have 4 in total. It's not like a huge amount. You haven't gotten to the point of really good
I'm
friends.
building rapport. No, I'm building rapport
absolutely.
right now.
So
Talking about
give
their
me
respective families, backgrounds, etc.
a persuasion check.
Nat 20.
Nice. So you
charming
actually
as fuck, man.
you get her to open up a little bit. She reveals that she lives with her mom. Her dad died when she was younger, and her mom's never remarried. Her mom works quite a bit, but still manages to get her to all the things that she does. She tells you that she was a little bit of a social recluse all throughout middle school, and her freshman year she started to open up a little bit and got to know some people. She mentions your friend David is a good friend of hers. She has a couple other friends. A
That
man
guy
named
has friends? Wild.
Yeah, well, she certainly thinks of him as a friend.
Great.
She also has a friend named Levi Parker, who she knows a little bit, and they're still kind of close.
Cool. I'll be like, oh, Levi, yeah, I just met him the other day. I was hoping to like go train with him at his gym sometime.
Oh, you know Levi too? Yeah, he's a pretty good guy. We dated for like a week or so, but it really wasn't anything too big.
Wild. Yeah, he's a good looking dude.
Oh yeah, he's dating Una Song now. I think they make a much nicer couple.
You know, you're just as cute as Unisong, right?
She blushes at that, riding along that 23 persuasion. She blushes big.
Fantastic. Like another social point big, or no, just kidding.
Not that big, but I mean, you just got 2 social points with her. You should be happy.
Yeah, no, I did. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm satisfied. You know, we're at a nice 4 out of 200, so.
Okay, actually, I think
Cool.
this is an excellent place to end things for this evening.
Perfect.
You got everybody finishing up lunch. The school bell is about to ring for the second part of the day, and from there, goes into your free time phase. Some of you have clubs to do, and we continue on. So, as always, we go around the table to have everybody tell us who they are and where we can find them on the internet. And since John did the recap, I feel like it's only fitting that they should start things off. So, John, please tell us who you are and where we can find you.
Hi, yeah, I'm John. You can find me mostly now on Instagram at CreativePanda88. I'm also getting much more active on Blue Sky finally, so that's going to be johnpoart.bluesky.social, all that fun stuff. And here. So.
Absolutely. Ashley, you go next.
I'm Ashleyien. I played Cat or Skyseeker, and I don't do a whole lot online, so I'm here every second Wednesday. That's about it.
Absolutely. Hana, you're next.
Hi, I'm Hana. I was your Starseeker or Aisha today. You can find me obviously here every other Wednesday for more of these fun shenanigans. This month, on the 24th in the evening, around like 8 or 9 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be over on Lost Caravan, where I'll be playing a game of Die Laughing, which is a GM-less horror comedy game where all the players will eventually die laughing. Beyond that, on Sunday, the 12th of November, you can find me over on Singularity Roleplay, where I play a save miss game. I'm not going to say the whole name because it's super long. Where I play the exact opposite of Aisha. I play this very misanthropic trans hacker girl. It's a lot of fun. We just got into some party splitting mystery action, so definitely come check it out. But beyond that, as always, it was a great game, Scruffy, and whoever's next.
Thank you. Los, you're next.
Yeah, this is the only thing I do live on the internet. That may change in the future, but for now, busy as a parent, so this is what I do.
Absolutely. Tensei.
Hi, I'm Tensei. You can find me all over the internet, by which I mean only Blue Sky and Discord, at Tensei Dragon, TENSEIDRAGON. You can catch me on a couple of things coming up. The Bard Rock network of shows just released a new show called Monster Cafe, where everybody in it plays as part of the Van Helmon's monster hunting family, where we travel all across the United States, fighting different monsters and committing an unreasonable amount of arson. You can get that wherever you find your podcast. That's Monster Cafe, spelled exactly how you think it is. But also, tomorrow I can be found over on Neon Lights Roleplay, playing in the Naruto 5e campaign, A Blade's Will, where I'm everybody's favorite war crimesman, Kai Kudo. And I'll commit several atrocities live on stream. It's a good time.
It's always fun. I hope the Van Helmons have a lot of sandwich-related jokes going on.
Oh yeah, of course.
Good. Okay. Kira, you're next.
It's very specific and awkward of you to ask, but yes.
I'm Kira Salgy. I'm the assistant creator of Magi-Knights with my husband Derek, and you can find all of our social media accounts on our website, magi-knights.com. Magi-Knights is published on Drive-Thru RPG, if you just look it up there. And then we're working on the physical copy right now. I was hoping to have a proof for you today, but it's not quite ready yet. But I do have an example of what the I can't hold my mic button and hold this up. There we go. Of what the cover will look like, except of course it'll be on hardcover. You can see it's all glossy on the characters. I love it. But and then I also wrote the children's book, My Dad the Game Master, which is on Amazon.
Definitely go check both of those out. Highly recommend the Magi-Knights campaign. Obviously, we're playing it, so.
Thank you.
Well, I am Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and Magic Keeper for this series and everything here on the Random Rhapsody Network. You can find me as at Scruffy Wanderer on the tweets, scruffywanderer.bluesky, whatever, over on Blue Sky. You can also find us Random Rhapsody on Blue Sky. That's randomrhapsody.bluesky.yada yada yada, or on Twitter as random_rhapsody because someone stole it from me before I could get it. But that's okay. I'm not bitter. Anyway, other than that, let's see. This month you can find me over on All on the Table, the TTRPG content that's part of the Transverse, but they moved to their own separate channel to kind of keep the Transverse as politics and news and things like that, and the TTRPG content on its own separate channel. So you can find me here, not this Saturday, but the following Saturday, the 28th, over on twitch.tv/allonThetable, where I'll be playing Yihoshu, formerly a Forge Cleric, now an Infernal Artificer. It's really weird, but it's always a lot of fun, so come check us out there too. But on behalf of everyone here in the Random Rhapsody and everyone in the Magi-Knights, I just want to say thank you, folks. It's been a delight. So long. Good luck. And until next time, may your dreams be infinite. Good night.